Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video we'll be taking a look at issues 19, 20, 21 and 22 of the Imperium magazine. That also comes with the art of Warhammer 40,000 Imperium book. Here we go, so this month's delivery came with 4 issues, 19 through 22, and also the Art of Warhammer 40,000 Imperium book. And I've done a separate video going through that book if you'd like to check it out. And so for the rest of this video, we'll just concentrate on the 4 issues of the magazine. I'll get them all open, we'll go through the contents, have a look at the different sprues and paints, and then a flick through of each magazine, just so you can see exactly what's included, and then you can decide whether or not you want to pick these up for yourself. So let's put that book to the side for now, and we'll just concentrate on these 4 issues. So let's do issue 19 first then, and get this open and get the wrapping out of the way. And this is really cool. These 4 issues are taking us past the quarter mark of the whole magazine. There's going to be 80 in total, so it's pretty exciting. But here we go. Here's issue 19, and this is going to give us some more terrain. We're going to get another one of these cargo crates with all the bits and pieces. And so we've seen this sprue before. We've had 2 of these in previous issues, so this will be the 3rd one to add to the collection. And so we'll have a little look anyway. Let's focus in on the camera just in case you haven't seen those videos. But this is quite a nice set. I don't think you're saving an awful lot of money here. Almost break it even as if you were to buy this as part of a set. But nice to have the terrain, and I think this is really fun, really good, and goes with the army well. I painted mine up for the Space Wolves colour. Okay, let's flick through the magazine and I'll just show you exactly what's included. And so if you haven't seen these before, the layout go through like some background, then we go into like some reading, building, painting, and then through a playthrough. So you get these battle records for different things. So this is for a different sector that you're going to do battle in. You also get to learn then a little bit about the different units. In this issue, it's the librarian. He's not included in the collection, but a great model and one I'll certainly be getting for my Ultramarines. Then we've got a little bit of reading to do for the Necrons, then the how to build section, and these are one of the best parts of these magazines. The building and painting instructions are really clear. The painting's great, step by step, taking you through each of the colour paints as you get them throughout the collection, and really detailed photos. So yeah, this is a big part of it actually, the collecting side, building and painting. And so if you're new to it, this is a really great way to follow along. Then we're into the playthrough, and these are starting to get more complex now as we're a quarter of the way through the collection. So we're starting to add new rules and different features to this. So it's really getting quite interesting now. So it goes from really basic and gets more complicated as you play through. On the final page, it tells you about the map that we would have got earlier on, but it was a bit of a delay. So that comes in one of the next issues that we'll look at. But on the back, it tells you the next 2 to expect. So 20 is paint, and 21 and 22 are going to give us the Skitarii Rangers, a set of 10 of those altogether. Now we're on to issue 20, and this one's just going to give a disappointing 2 pots of paint. So if you're just looking at the miniatures or paint that's included, you're actually losing money here. But I think, as it's been pointed out in the comments before, and I agree, that you've got to take into account all the printing and the collection as a whole. I think if you just judged it by 1 issue at a time, then that's not really a good accurate account of what you save. But here we're going to get the base corn red paint and the layer Troll Slayer orange, and these are just the same sizes and the same paints you would pick up if you were to buy them on their own. So always handy to have more paints, and certainly if you're building the collection, you're going to use those if you follow the how-to guides in there. But I'm doing mine in different colours, so but they'll still come in handy for lots of other things. So here we go. So we got our 2 pots of paint, and in this issue we're going to learn about the Emperor. And also this is a really nice addition. We've got the Ultramarine Strike Force now. So this is going to go right in the front of the forces section, and it details all your squads and your veterans, the armory, librarius. So now we're really starting to get ready for putting our strike force together, and then for your Necron Legion as well, you can start getting organised with that. So the collection's really growing. The armies are starting to look pretty good now. Then we've got lots more info to read through and add to the collection. And then again, another really nice how to paint guide. And now you can go back over the previous models and then add this corn red to them. So that would be the idea. You do a little bit of painting each week and then go back and forth on the models, slowly building it up till they're all finished. Then we're on to playthrough number 20. So again, more complicated. We're looking at the detailed phases now, psychic shooting, the attack sequence, and then a little playthrough to have a go at as well with the Scorpec Destroyers and the Primaris Aggressors. Two awesome sets of models. And so, yeah, the models are really coming together great now, and it's nice to have some Adeptus Mechanicus to add to the mix too, which we're going to find in issues 21 and 22 that we'll look at now. And here's issue 21. Let's get this open and we'll have a look. So you get one sprue in issue 21 and another sprue in issue 22, and then those two sprues are going to make 10 Skitarii Rangers altogether. And in this issue you also get a pull out for Imperial forces and that battle map, the double-sided battle map. So one side is grey, one is like this kind of snowy ash covered look. So that's really handy having this map, and this is the full size of one board, like 22 by 30 inches. Okay, let's have a close look at the sprue now, and this is the first time I've seen any Adeptus Mechanicus sprues, and so really liking the details. They're tiny though, look at those legs, really small compared to the Space Marines that I'm used to, and they're certainly going to be dwarfed compared to the Primaris Marines, but really cool. I love the heads, these cloaks are really cool, and the weapons look really interesting, totally different. You could certainly imagine these as like desert raiders almost, but they look pretty good. I think you could use these in Kill Team as well, by the way, so this is really good for Kill Team, but I wouldn't mind using these in Weekend Warriors as some kind of set of bad guys to go up against in the desert. I think they would suit that role really well. So there's the sprue. Now let's have a look at the magazine itself. So this issue is going to be dominated by the Skitarii Rangers. So now we get a sheet telling us all about their war gear, and these war gear sheets like this are really helpful to give you loads of information. You can name them, so you've got the naming tables, and then we've got some reading to do to get to know the Adeptus Mechanicus as well. So that's really great, and a story to really get us into the mood. So this is awesome, and a nice section there. And this is great because I've hardly read anything about them, so really looking forward to diving in to that. And then the how-to guide. I've got to say, building these, I didn't really enjoy building them. They're so fine and fiddly. It took quite a long time just to build those 10 models, but they're done now, so that's great. And then we've got some data sheets, which is awesome. Just saw the ones for the Space Marines and the Necrons, so now we're starting to get the data sheets that we can use for the game. Then we've got our other playthrough. This time it's Orbital Defense, where we'll see the Necrons and Space Marines going up against each other on that battle map. So glad the map was included in the previous issue. And now in the next one, we can look forward to the second part. But look at 23, Canoptek Spider. Cannot wait for this issue. This looks like it's going to be one of the best ones. And at £25, you're going to save some money by that in that issue as well. Now we've got this Imperial Forces pullout, and you get these in some of the issues. Usually every fourth one, I think, you get one. And then this just introduces us to the Indomitus Crusade. And then we're looking at the Necron and Imperial Forces. So really great. You can see all the information really is building up as the issues go on. And the folder's pretty chunky now. Okay, now on to issue 22. And this is going to have our second half. So we get another double sprue this time. So bigger than the last one. And then also get all the bases, which I just tipped all on the floor. So I'll pick those up in a second. And you're going to get 9 of these round 25mm and then one oval base as well, because there's like a sniper in there, so that's really cool. So there we go. So we've got the double sprue, the bases, and the magazines. Let's have a close-up look at the sprue, and a lot of these components are going to be very much like the one we just saw, so let's get it focused on there and you can have a look. But a nice selection of weapons, some different helmets and things. It does say in the how to build section of the previous issue to just build it as they say in the book, because then that'll match with the playthroughs, with the painting guides and explanations. But you don't have to do that. You can do anything you like. There's different like combat melee weapons and different guns as well. So really up to you how you put them together. I just followed what they said and just went along with that. So just for ease. But that long sniper rifle looks really cool. Some great weapons there. And then we've got all the bases as well. So here we go, we're going to get some more data sheets in issue 22 as well. And this is a great piece of art as we open it up. And I always forget to take much note of the covers too, but some of the cover photos, pictures are really good. So here we go, here we're going to learn about the Dynasties number 2 now. We're going to get the second part of the story that we saw in issue 21, so we can continue reading that. And then now we've got the how to paint. So we built them with the instructions from the previous issue. Now this issue is going to cover all the paint guide, and so that corn red's going to get plenty of action with these guys. So you've got a few of the other paints as already with the collection, the Abaddon Black and the metallic paints, they're already included, and again nice and detailed, and this is how they're going to look once you've got them painted up. So I built them to look exactly like that. So yeah, some really nice models, especially that one with a transuranic arquebus gun, so great, and the data sheets too. So now we're going to do a playthrough, and this is going to be a tutorial to introduce us to these rangers, and they're going to go up against the Necron warriors. So this is really great. Now we're going to learn about morale and combat attrition tests, and then going through the different steps again. And it's all again like laid out step by step, really easy to follow. And then on the back page, that issue 23, Canoptic Spider, and then 24, 2 more pots of paint, but that issue 23 is the one I'm looking forward to. It's a great model, and I think it's going to be really fun to have in the army. So that's everything unpacked now, all the sprues ready to go. I'll go away, get all these built, and then you can see what it all looks like when it's been put together. I'll also lay out that mat on the table so you can see it. And then, yeah, if you want to check out the book, that's going to be available as a separate video, and that's already up on the channel if you want to have a look at it. And I just go through a complete flick through so you know exactly what's included. Now with the book, it is $14.99. You can opt out of it. They send you a letter before you get these issues delivered, so you can just ring up and cancel if you don't want it. Otherwise they'll automatically bill you for it. And here we go, is everything laid out on the table now from the collection. 10 new miniatures to add, and that terrain set is really nice. And then those 2 pots of paint too. And then we've got the mat. So when that's laid out, it goes with the mat that came in previous issues, and you can put them together to form a 30 by 44 inch. And this is going to be big enough for combat patrol to play on, and for the next level of game as well. So you've got plenty of space on there for a full-on battle. And here's a close-up look at that cargo terrain. We've seen this quite a lot now because I've done it in 2 issues previously. And here are the 10 Skitarii Rangers, some great looking models. Those cloaks look really cool, and I love the hoods that they wear. So yeah, really great, and I think certainly going to be using these in Weekend Warriors. And I'll also take a look and see how we can use them in Kill Team as well. Once they're built, you get quite a lot left on the sprues. Tons of weapons left there, a few arms as well, and lots of heads too. These would be great if you wanted to make a little scenery piece, like a weapon or armory room. I think these would fit that out quite nicely. So that's one option. And let's have a close-up look at some of the models. So here's the leader, a great looking dude there with the pistol and that melee weapon as well. Of all 10 models, this is my favourite one. A great looking model. Always like snipers in the different games, so really happy to have this one as part of the collection. And then you've got all the other guys there. Got some different weapons. So you got this one with the plasma weapon, and then you've got another one with the regular like rifle, and this is what most of them are armed with. So really nice selection of models, and makes a difference to building some Space Marines, that's for sure. So there we go, that's Imperium issues 19 through 22, and I hope this video's helped you, given you a good idea of what's included, and now you can decide whether or not this is something you'd like to pick up. And again, if you want to check out the book in detail and see the flick through, that video's up on the channel as well. But for now, thanks so much for watching. Please like if you like it, subscribe for more videos like this, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to join me next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'd like to say a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters who make these daily videos possible, and if you're interested in joining the community, it'd be awesome to see you there, and I'll put a link for that in the description down below.